Hi everybody, this is Bill Sanders and this is WatchArtSci, the art and science of watch collection. Tonight, or today, we're going to announce the winners of the Grand Prix de Horologie de Genève, which is the Academy Award of Watches. To get started, what I'd like to do, I'd like to introduce the different categories and the ones that I chose. Also, too, we're going to have our winner of our watch, of the Armani Exchange watch. So we've got a lot to do, so let's get going. Okay. First of all, I'm going to go through this in alphabetical order. The artistic crafts watches are these watches that, first of all, that probably none of us can afford, but they're very pretty watches. And they demonstrate exceptional mastery of one or several artistic techniques, such as enameling, lacquering, engraving, guilloche, engine tuning, not turning, engine tuning, but engine turning, and skeleton working. So the one I liked the best was the Bulgari with the bird on it. It had lots of jewelry and everything, things that sparkled. So that was the one that if I had my choice, I'd pick it. The second category, and again, this is in alphabetical order, is a calendar. And these calendars are really amazing. They have at least one calendar and or an astronomical complication such as the annual calendar, perpetual calendar, or equation of time, complex moon phase display, these kinds of things. Additional indications are, when I say indications, I mean different things you can point out, or complications are admissible. And the one I liked is by this company called MB&F. It's for MB and Friends. It's a very interesting company, and the things they make look like they're from an alien planet, but they're really interesting and they're very, very good. Also very expensive. Okay, the next is the Chronograph, and the one I liked was the Mont Blanc. I liked it because compared to the other ones, it was like doable. Also, too, it did it with a single crown. I like that. I don't like buttons all over my watches. And this one I thought was really nice. These they have at least one chronograph indication, and they can have additional ones. Now this one really has two: the main watch and then the two subdials. Okay, the next category is the jewelry category, and this is different from the artistic expression one because they're looking for jewelry, which is gem setting, and they're distinguished by the choice of stones. And the one that I liked was the Rudy Lawton. Oh man, what a gorgeous watch that is! It be something I'd either have to wear with a turban or give to my wife. It's I believe it's more for it's a ladies' watch. Okay, the next category is the ladies' category, and there is this really cool Fabergé that I like, and it has a moon and a sun for hands. This watch has the movement in the watch is one that I would never compete with. They are so good. They have one, and you probably never heard of it before, but the movement in this thing is really amazing. They do amazing watches, and they won tons of grand prizes, but nobody ever hears of them because it's always on somebody else's watch. We're gonna talk about them sometimes later. Anyway, so the women's watches, they have at least two at most of the following indications: date, power, reserve, classic moon phase, second time zone, and they can be adorned with a maximum of 5-carat gem setting. They also have some, they will allow quartz with batteries in this category. This particular one doesn't have quartz in it, though. Okay, now here's the ladies' high mech, which does not allow quartz. And they have certain mechanical things about them that really are outstanding. And all of them are really amazing. I like the Christopher Claret one. I just thought that was a very pretty one with a flower and the butterflies and things like that. I could get away with a lot if I got that for my wife, but unfortunately, I'd have to sell my house to get it. Okay, the next one is called the mechanical exception. Now, the one I really like for this is the one that Chanel had, and Chanel has they have Caliber One, their first in-house movement, and it's a really cool looking watch. I like that figure eight. There are a lot of other ones. Droz makes them as well. And mechanical exception, these watches have some kind of special mechanism, like an innovative or sophisticated display, some kind of automation, and sometimes they'll have like a musical note. Maybe Volcane should have been in this category. And also things like a belt-driven movement or any other original or exceptional horological concept. The next category is the men's category. This I have my FP Journe. This won the men's category back in 2005. And the one I like for it is the Chopard. I thought that was a good looking watch. And they have at least two of the following indications: date, power reserve, classic moon phase, can be adorned with a maximum of 5 gem settings. Usually the men's watches don't have it. This, in terms of the gem settings, this one's got the reserve indicator on it, and then it's got a little sub dial. So it was beside being a really cool watch. Okay, the next one is a Petite Aiguille. This is a collector's favorite, certainly my favorite. Some years ago, not too long ago, my Hermes, I mean, not my Hermes, but my Harboring 2 won this one. And this is for watches with a retail price of under 8,000 Swiss francs. And Petite Aiguille means a little hand, like the hour hand. And these are ones that we can afford. And I like the Volcane. It's a cool looking watch. I also put up all of the different amounts of what's 8,000 Swiss franc looks like in euros, pounds, won, yen, Saudi rials, Russian rubles, and Indian rupees. So anyhow, okay. Sports watch. Now, I tell you, there are a lot of different sports watches. There is this beautiful Ulysse Nardin, but it was like $150,000, and it was for a yacht, and it did all these cool things. But I didn't see much of a sports watch. Of all of the sports watches, I really like this Tag Heuer Monza the best. I mean, it does things that you do with sports. So anyhow, they're linked with field sports, and I don't think yachting's a field sport, but also diver watches, you'll find those in this category. But I like that one. It was also affordable too, so it's a pretty cool watch, and it has its own in-house movement. For tourbillon, I'm not a big fan of tourbillons. I know that they do represent a horological feature, and it's sort of like a special trick that you can do as a watchmaker that shows you really have a lot of talent. I appreciate that. But the price of these things, they always go through the roof if everything is a tourbillon. This one I like because of all of the tourbillons, they like to skeletonize them too. And so this one is pretty skeletonized. The thing I don't like about skeletonized watches is it's very hard to tell time with them. Okay, the final one is a travel time, and I went back and forth between a couple on this, and finally settled on the Dubuque, just because it looked like it was easy to figure out if you're traveling what time it is somewhere else. Okay, all right. So now let's take a look at who actually won. Now the big prize is called the Aiguille d'Or, the golden arm. And this year's winner is Chronometer Ferdinand Berthold. Here again, it's a gorgeous watch, and it won. The ladies' watch prize was a Piaget. it's a good looking watch. I quite frankly was surprised. I like my choice better, but it didn't win this year. The ladies' high mech was won by Girard-Perregaux, and I like that one. It wasn't the one I had chosen, but I still liked it. The men's watch prize went to who I thought I was going to go to, but they're so expensive that I mean you got like $150,000 watch with a maybe a $5,000 watch, and it's sort of I don't know. This Groenfeld though really makes outstandingly good watches. Okay, the chronograph, the Mont Blanc, that was one I liked too, and so I not much I can say about it that I haven't said already. Congratulations, Mont Blanc, on a nice, clean-looking chronograph. The Tourbillon watch prize went to Girard-Perregaux, so they won two, one for the ladies' high mech and one for the Tourbillon. Good for them. Calendar watch prize went to the one I like, the MB&F, and again, this is for your the monsters. Really a good looking watch. So. The travel time went to Fabergé. I love this watch. This was my runner-up. It's got that incredible movement in it that I like so much. And it's by a company, Agahorn, I think something like that. It's an AGE Agahor, Agenhor. That is one of the best movements that anybody makes for any watch. Really amazing. Okay, Audemars Piguet, one for the mechanical exception. That was good for them. Now here's one. The Petit Aiguille Prize went to the Tudor Heritage Black Bay. Now they had won something. I forgot which one it was for the Heritage Prize a few years back. For the Black Bay that had the ETA in it, and they gave it a new movement. They gave it its own movement, and out it comes as part of the Aiguille, Petite Aiguille, and it won. So congratulations for that. And it's an affordable watch. It's one of the ones we can think about. Now, one of the big surprises was the Eberhard. It won the sports watch. The reason it was a surprise for two reasons. First of all, the good news was it's only like $2,500 or something like that. It's a really good buy. And the issue with it has ETA movement in it, but it did some other kinds of things with the helium release and some really cool things like that. So good for them and good for us because it's something we can afford. The jewelry watch prize went to Chanel. Quite frankly, I thought that one it's a beautiful watch. I mean, if you just like all jewels, wasn't my choice, but that's okay. It's a good looking watch. The artistic crafts watch went to another one. It was won by Piaget. And if you look at it, and when I looked at it, I thought, what's the big deal about this one? And I like the Boudillon better. But this one is really amazing. It's the face of the image on this watch is done with something like 3,000 little micro mosaics. Really an amazing kind of thing. Now the Tag Heuer that I like for the sports watch didn't win the sports watch, but it won for the best revival watch. So I'm pretty sure it would have won for the sports watch if it had won for the revival too. And the public prize, the one that we got to vote on, was by Cespac Genève. And Cespac, it's a nice watch. What can I say? And I guess enough people liked it and voted for it, and it won. The one that I voted for, I think I voted for the Ton Up Zenith, just because it had the coolest name, and I happen to like Zenith watches. Okay, all right. Well, it's time to have our drawing. I put all the names in here. You can see it in my cup. We had 10 of them. I'll shake it up right now. And so it's in my museum cup. And so let me see. I'll draw the winner out, and the winner is, let's see who won. Clark. Clark's collection hasn't come up yet, but I have them all, and it's a really neat collection. And so what I'll be doing, Clark, if you're watching this, I'm going to be sending you an email um, and with instructions of how I'm going to get the watch to you. It's not going to cost anything. I'll pay for the shipping. Okay, congratulations. Now, for those of you who didn't win, here's the new watch that we have. It's a Skagen, okay? And this is really a nice watch. Brand new Skagen, still in the box. It's a gorgeous watch. It has a leather band, a brown leather band. You can see the black and blue and white on the dial. It looks a little warped because it still has the that little protective plastic stuff they put over watch faces. I'm going to leave it there. So it, like I said, it's brand new, unworn. This is going to be given away on the anniversary, the first anniversary of WatchArtSci, which is in April. So everyone who has entered so far. So if you didn't, if you haven't won, if you didn't win this one, if you didn't win the Armani, you still have a chance of winning this. Plus, anybody who sends in their collection for a review can also have a possibility of winning this as well. Okay, that's it for now. I would really like your comments on this. I'd really like to hear from you what you think. Also, too, Sunday we're having another collection review, and again, here's an invitation to subscribe if you'd like. Okay, that's all for now. Bill Sanders for WatchArtSci.